All right, here to weigh in, Dan DiMicco, Senior Trade Advisor to the Trump campaign. He's a retired chairman of Nucor Corporation. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm trying to wrap my head around this. I'm a free market economist, have looked at these things for a long time, and have always felt like free markets lead to prosperity for everyone. Donald Trump sounding very protectionist today, obviously very anti-Reagan. You know, when you put up these walls and you enact these tariffs and you tear up the agreements, don't you end up making goods more expensive for everyone in the country, for everyone that goes to Walmart, for everyone who buys everything? Prices go up across the board. How does that help the American worker?
Hello, Melissa. How are you today? That was a mouthful. That was a mouthful.
You know what?
I'm
befuddled by what I'm hearing, and I'm hoping you're going to illuminate it for me, sir.
I am. If you give me the time, I will do the illuminating. I promise. Number one, free markets, as you say, are the right thing. Mr. Trump believes that. I believe that. There's nothing protectionist in what he wants to do. What he wants to do is actually reintroduce the concept of free trade and free and open markets that have been totally distorted by those who've benefited from promoting China's trade mercantilism, predatory pricing on its exports, protectionism of a massive scale on its imports. And there hasn't been free trade and free markets in global trade for a long time. We've actually been in a trade war with China for 2 decades, except that we haven't showed up to engage.
Okay.
That's where Hillary Clinton is dead wrong about Trump's going to cause the trade war. He's going to stop the trade war that's been in place.
So then is it logical to say that this is the opening of a negotiation, that you're saying we're going to put up the same walls that you have up, but that the ultimate goal in the long run is still free trade, or is the ultimate goal walls up, we're our own economy? What's the long-run goal?
Here's the other thing that I think you may struggle with, but you should think about. The last president, American president, to get free trade right was Ronald Reagan.
Right.
And Ronald Reagan was a firm believer that if free trade meant subsidies, government ownership, currency manipulation, protectionism in their home markets, it was free trade in name only. And he would not tolerate that kind of international flaunting of free trade, which is not only free, but it is rules-based and rules enforced. And he did just that. He caused Japan and Germany to revalue the currency by 50% with the Plaza Accord. He put tariffs on semiconductors, motorcycles, automobiles, other things. Why? To get the Japanese and the Germans to start playing by the rules of free trade. He was a free trader. Donald Trump is the closest thing to Ronald Reagan since Ronald Reagan, Republican or Democrat, and that is a fact. And I'll be happy to come back and talk about that more with you when you have time.
I would love it, and we do have to go, but are you saying this is like an attack stance to get us back to the era of Reagan? Is that a fair way to try and encapsulate what you just said?
I absolutely believe that to be the case.
Okay. Dan, let's do it again. Thank you so much. Sorry we had such short time. We have a lot of breaking news.